Welcome to Citi Market Watch, where we concisely unpack all you need to know on important topics. Joining me, Audrey Cheong, Citigold Private Client Portfolio Counsellor.
Christmas is not far away, son, and I am looking forward to a white Christmas.
Dreaming of a white Christmas too, Audrey. Lucky you. But I hear you. 2023 has been a deceptive, if not interesting market. But I think maybe you're implying more to Christmas.
This is dangerous territory. You are reading my mind. I am thinking Christmas because on the one hand, we have seen a strong rally in the S&P this year, which no one expected, especially in technology, but we are still seeing dislocations within and across markets, regions, and countries. And this spells opportunities. Incredible opportunities in the small and mid-cap space, arguably within the US and also relative to every other non-US market.
Absolutely. Our CIO has been highlighting that small and mid-cap stocks in the US are trading at a 39% discount compared to the S&P index. It's not just a small difference, it's historically significant.
That's right, son. That historical dispersion is really something worth noting. We have all observed an imbalance between the US and non-US markets, which in the last decade alone has seen benchmark weights shift from 45 to 60% in favor of US stocks. As such, the top 10 names in global benchmarks are now dominated by American giants. So on the one hand, there is the story we have been telling on the US resiliency, but on the other, it means leaving some real gems unnoticed elsewhere.
You're absolutely right, Audrey. It's fascinating to see how small and mid caps are often ignored and underrepresented in investment portfolios. US investors allocate less than 1% to international small and mid caps, compared to around 14% for their US counterparts. This overseas neglect is even more pronounced. And for the record, that small and mid cap universe outside the US is upwards of over 13,000 ignored companies.
It is even more pronounced for global small mid caps. But I would note that global small mid caps are even more special. Why, might you ask? Because these companies do not have the luxury of a massive home market, so they are constantly on the hunt for opportunities worldwide. To thrive, they have to adopt global best practices, all the nuances of different markets, multi-jurisdictional and regulatory risk, managing multi-currency risk, and tackling the headwinds of a strong dollar.
True, and here's a plot twist for everyone. With the US Federal Reserve signaling a pause in its rate hike cycle and the bias over the next year and beyond for rate cuts, the stage is set for small and mid caps to shine. Small and mid caps are broadly more cyclical in nature, which means they can and will benefit greatly from this changing of the interest rate tide. For the record, we aren't expecting any further rate hikes, and broadly, the market and consensus are pricing in rate cuts into 2024, especially the back half.
But we can't ignore that international small mid caps come with higher volatility or standard deviation. However, what's important to note is when you look at their historical returns, it is impressive. That overall translates to better risk-adjusted returns, making them an attractive choice for investors who want to diversify their portfolio and seek growth.
And it is because these companies are small mid-caps. They often fly under the radar with little analyst coverage, and hence the extra effort it takes to do this research is why small and mid-caps are the compelling opportunity they are. On a rolling 3, 5, and 10-year basis, we've seen on average 330 basis points per year of outperformance over 3 years, 250 over 5, and 180 over 10 years.
For reference, the MSCI World Index has delivered about 8% annualized over the last 20 years. Large caps slightly less at 7.8%, while small and mid caps have been stunning at 9.5% through that same period.
And there you have it. Mind the gap. Small and mid caps, the investment opportunities you or we are all overlooking. With significant dispersion, discounts, historically significant gaps, and incredible performance, these stocks are poised to simply do well. And we haven't even had time to talk about domestic US policy and the manufacturing renaissance it is driving and/or innovative leadership that many small and mid caps are bringing to important and developing trends. Join us for our Small and Mid Cap Opportunity podcast as we dive deeper into all these issues. Thank you, and please speak to your Citigold or Citigold Private Client relationship manager about further opportunities.